Hey everyone, welcome back to the Team Garbage Fire podcast. I'm Corey.
I'm Thrashing Wumpus.
And it is just the two of us this week, for Aaron is not feeling well today.
Muffin.
What a muffin.
Super muffin.
So, it should be an interesting episode. It's been a while since you and I have just done one on our own.
Yeah, it's probably been at least a month or two.
So, as per usual, let's get all the boring stuff out of the way first. We have a Facebook group. Come and join us. We'll give you a shout out on the episode. No one's done it in a while. It makes me sad.
No one likes us.
I know.
Except the lady at the gas station down the road from us. She's watching, apparently.
Hi.
What's her name again?
Jamie.
Jamie. Hi, Jamie.
Hi. So we're on Instagram and Twitter at Team Garbage Fire. We are on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, wherever you can find
If you Google Team Garbage Fire, you're going to come up with these two bright smiling faces. Yeah, because we're the only people who are man enough to take that name on.
And we are a
person enough.
We are definitely a pile of garbage fire most of the time.
Yeah. Me more than you.
I know.
To be honest.
Well, I'm mostly the garbage or the fire.
No, I would disagree with that statement.
You're saying I'm more flammable than you?
I'm saying that I encompass both more into my essence.
So could I at least be the can then that tries to contain you sometimes?
Yes, that sounds more reasonable.
We've got it figured out. And we're on YouTube because look, there's lights. And you're going to see a video, hopefully, maybe. And if you...
Absolutely prod the tree.
Apparently, because we are joined by Clever Tree Productions, as we are most times. And Owen's just sitting there looking at his phone, as he always does, looking very Owen-y.
He's a big, bushy motherfucker. You should... one day we're going to get him on camera.
Yeah, except for he'll make me edit that out.
Yeah, except that we won't.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch?
Sam Squanch.
Around these parts?
Around these parts.
Oh, man. Be careful, everyone. So, also, if you are listening to us on your favorite podcasting device, or if you are watching us on YouTube, please give us a like, a review, a rating, a comment, any of the above. It helps us kind of get the name out. We are on episode 43. We've been doing it that long.
Seriously?
Yes, 43.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I know. It's been a little while.
It's been a long while.
And we keep coming back whether you guys like it or not.
I don't think they do.
Well,
whatever.
I mean, we're here.
Is what it is.
We keep doing it. So let's see what's new. Throne of Eldraine spoilers are happening.
Yeah, like super happening.
Yeah. I can't tell if they're fully out yet. I don't think they are because I didn't see that rare land cycle that they were talking about.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a Stonehenge. You know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is Arthurian legend plus like Grimm's fairy tales. To me it's dark, so it's gonna be on par with Innistrad for me.
But I mean, it's dark, but it's not that dark.
It's not Innistrad.
They've got like Cinderella's carriage. The pumpkin carriage.
And they've got her slipper.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think it's as dark as Innistrad with, straight up horror.
Yeah.
But it's still...
I like that they took a little bit of the, the actual Grimms, and it is a little darker. It's almost like Lorwyn meets Innistrad. Because you've got the lighthearted of Lorwyn, but you've also got the dark of Innistrad, and... I love
magic is never going to be light. We're trying to kill each other.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the game.
So it's never going to be super light.
My wizard cards are better than your wizard cards.
I am a better planeswalker than you are. Speaking of which, we'll get down to a brand new card for one of my pet decks in a little bit.
I do like the new mechanic they've got, Adventure.
Adventure seems decent. It seems like it could be broke, but I'm still on the cusp of.
So, for anyone who doesn't know what it is essentially a spell stapled onto a creature. So you can cast the spell. You don't have to. You can just cast the creature, but you can cast the spell, and it will do its thing. And then your creature goes off on an adventure. It goes into the exile zone, but since it's on an adventure, you can still cast the creature from exile.
Seems broken AF.
I think we'll find a few cards that might work out well.
Well, so are they just doing this one, or are they doing like a secondary set?
No, just this one.
Just this one.
After that, we are back on that place I didn't care for much. Theros.
Are you fucking... Okay, I didn't know that piece of news.
We're going back to Theros, and then there's a kind of like build your own monster world. Like, was it Akora, something of behemoths? I should have this information in front of me, but I'm not prepared. And then we get another core, and then we're going back to Zendikar, but with no Eldrazi.
We're going back to fucking Theros before we're going back to Lorwyn?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mark Rosewater keeps saying that, like, Lorwyn it's one of those, it's either incredibly loved or hated. There's not much of a middle ground, and I think we fall in the absolutely love it, because we're tribal players. We love tribal decks. And I think that's why they're trying to ramp up
the
tribal.
The Theros block was such fucking...
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Even though we do have a Theros god playmat in front of us.
Yeah, it's because I played mono blue
Devotion
in like Theros, before Born of the Gods and all that shit came out. Mono blue Devotion, so I bought the playmat to, give people an inkling of what was coming their way.
And
in Standard.
And yeah, I just felt like it kind of, to me, it missed on all marks. And it's funny because as you being one of your decks is Boggles, and it's an enchantment themed set.
There are no enchantments that are in Boggles. Any variation of Boggles
from the Theros block. Yeah, no, I just
they were overcosted and underpowered.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping there'd be one that was like, whenever you play an enchantment spell, draw a card. That would be like reasonably playable, and I think it was
they could even make a splash like black or red, and we'd be like, okay, in a Boggles deck.
Yeah.
Couple fetch cards, boom, here's my, temple or whatever. Or not temple, what's the white-black enchantment card? Or, Shockland.
Godless Shrine.
Godless Shrine. And be like, okay, here's my Godless Shrine. Now it's got 2/2 and Menace or whatever.
Yeah, they could have. It just wasn't there for Boggles, and
speaking of Boggles,
you want to do that?
Yeah,
now?
just get it out of the way. In this new deck, I'm kind of all about all that glitters. It's 1 and a white for an enchantment aura. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and or enchantment you control. So it's like a slightly worse, slightly better ethereal armor.
Yeah, well, if you have to go into the sideboard and pull out any of that artifact hate.
Well, you need to rock a Relic of Progenitus or anything like that.
Yep, that'll help your count because what are you taking out? You're taking out an enchantment.
Yeah,
and putting in an artifact.
Yeah, sometimes you take out a creature. To be completely honest.
Which one?
Probably the Ledgewalker.
Oh yeah, because you are running a single Ledgewalker. So I don't know. I'm excited.
Or one of those. I don't know. I wish that they would just give us another 1-drop hexproofer so that we could get rid of all of those. Oh, what's her name? The Cora Spirit Walker.
Yeah, the Yeah, is it
Spirit Dancer.
Spirit Dancer.
Spirit Dancer.
Spirit Dancer in the dark.
I don't know. I don't know about that card. Something needs to fill that slot.
Yeah, I mean it'd be nice either that or a maybe a 2-mana 2/2 with hexproof or just something. But I mean, as you've noticed, they're kind of doing less with hexproof more and more.
Yeah. No, they hate that deck. They hate that deck almost as much as they hate Storm.
I love Storm.
Yeah, well, and they're still printing cards for Storm.
Yeah, even though, I mean...
There was nothing for hexproof.
No.
In Modern Horizons.
No, there wasn't.
And there was shit for Storm.
So we'll have to see once the set comes out. We'll try and get our hands on a play set of those for you. We'll test them and we'll get back to everyone.
They're 20 cents right now on TCG.
Okay, yeah, we'll pre-order them at 20 cents. Sounds good to me. I mean, I'll have to mow a couple neighbors' lawns and maybe pick up a paper route, but I'll make it work.
I think I have that. I'll just sell one of my dogs.
Please don't.
One of them's asking for it.
Dum-dum?
Yep.
So I have found a card that won't make you sell off your dogs. It is Ayara.
Ara.
Araha. First
Ara.
of
Ara.
of Lochthwain. Wow, I didn't actually look at the card name and realize that I would have to try and pronounce it.
I think it's Ara.
Ara? Not Ira? Ira?
All right, well, hey, let's ask Kelly. She probably knows. How would you pronounce that? Ayara.
We'll go with Ayara. Okay, Ayara, first of Lochthwain. Legendary creature, Elf Noble. Oh, she costs black. So 3 black for a 2/3. Legendary creature, Elf Noble. Black and Elf. Yeah. But I don't... this isn't the... I wouldn't want to play her in Elves. I'd want to play her in Aristocrats. Because whenever she or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
Drinking.
Tap. Sacrifice another black creature. Draw a card. Think of Blood Artist. So not only are you getting card advantage, you're pinging them every time you sacrifice another black creature. So you go black tokens, I'm guessing possibly zombies, in a mono black devotion deck.
Why isn't Blood Artist a better card than it is?
I mean...
That's like the real question.
I mean, it is. I think that it's like 3 or 4 cards away from having the right shell, and I feel like this might help. Blood Artiste. I mean...
Glug is what I wrote.
I mean, it's almost $4 for an uncommon.
You know how many I traded for? Have you seen the stack of Blood Artists?
Yeah.
It's like, I think Blood Artist is my favorite card in Magic.
So, he's your 2-drop. She's your 3-drop. Maybe you have another creature to sack.
For those of you who don't know, Blood Artist is whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life.
And it's 1 and a black for a 0/1 vampire.
0/1? I thought it was 0/2.
Nope, 0/1.
0/1.
Yep.
Yeah, but then you rock out with some zealous persecution.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Or maybe...
I want that deck to work so very, very much.
Yeah. Let's. I think that when she comes out, I think it would be because... What's one of the things that I mean, I love playing blue and red because I can just draw cards all the time. And that's what those 2 colors, that's what their strength is. So now you've got I mean, it's not repeatable as in like multiple times a turn, but once a turn, draw a second card and ping them for 1 with Blood Artist in play. And then you have to play another black creature. So it drains them. and then you sacrifice it, and it hits him again. Blood Artist hits him, and you get to draw a card off of that. So Aristocrats, maybe?
Probably.
But you wouldn't want to do Aristocrats because her ability is tap, sacrifice a black creature, draw a card. So you'd
Well, that reminds me of that demon from OG Innistrad. What was his name? The one with the pointy hat.
Demon with the pointy hat.
That was not the name of the card.
Oh, it wasn't?
No.
Demon with the pointy hat.
We're just giving Watsy ideas for the next unset.
Yeah, Demon with the pointy hat.
Demon with the pointy hat.
And then Goblin taped to a rocket.
No, but what was it? Oh, fuck.
This is gonna drive you nuts, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay, I will try and do the same. So, what are your initial thoughts on what we've seen out of that new set we're going to, Throne of Eldraine?
I think it's flavorfully awesome. I haven't seen anything on my brief overview that looks completely broken. Corey story time.
Uh-oh.
Corey was like, scry 2 draw card.
Oh, scry 1 draw card.
Scry 1 draw card. Then he realized that they were just reprinting Opt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
Blood
sad.
Gift Demon. 3 black.
No.
Flying at the beginning of your upkeep, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. That isn't it?
No.
We're gonna figure this out.
Pointy-headed demon.
Pointy-headed demon. Oh man, why do you do this to me?
It's from Innistrad.
From Innistrad. That's where I'm looking. Is Innistrad. That one?
Nope.
Isn't this just
yeah, you guys are having so much fun watching us look at our phones.
Well, okay, you keep looking because I searched Innistrad and all the black cards.
All right, hold on, I'll find it.
So, well, Heath's looking for pointy-headed demon. I mean, should I come up with different unset card names, or should I try and talk about something relevant?
Talk about something relevant. I will still be part of the conversation.
Okay. I don't know. I've liked what I've seen from Throne of Eldraine. I don't think we're looking for anything like super modern playable out of it, though. I think that it's going to be a fun, like, oh, let's buy a box and draft with our friends, or buy a box and do a sealed, or you buy a box and rip it all open and then just hand it to me and say, hey, sort this shit.
But those are always the sets where it's like, I don't see anything good, and then it's like, this card, this mythic is a 4 of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I mean,
well, and that's the thing is we can look at it and we can assume, but, we are only part of the hive mind. We're only part of that, like, that cog that helps figure out the best strategies. And it's going to be a while before we can, really know what is going to be the best. I mean, again, we can look through and go, oh, hey, I really think this card's awesome.
Right.
But we won't know what is going to break into a certain archetype, or what archetype might emerge from cards that are being printed. I did like the free kind of ancient stirrings. Is that the dude?
Yeah, pointy-headed demon.
He's a human cleric. He's not a demon.
Skirgadig.
Okay, pointy.
High Priest. 1 black. Morbid. Tap 2 untap creatures you control. Put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying into the battlefield. Activate this ability only if A creature died this turn.
Okay.
That was a powerhouse.
Well, we'll put that guy in the deck, too.
Skurgadarg.
Skurkadirk?
Skurgadig.
Yeah, we are not famous at pronouncing things. I don't know. I think that there always seems to be one card that is like...
Well, out of every set, they're always like, there's one card that's gonna be, and it was like King Kitty.
Yeah, Brimas, who's now...
Nothing.
Yeah, part of me is curious about what...
And then there's like Voice of Resurgence, who's...
Yeah, he's still $10 ish.
Yeah, no, he was 40 right after he cycled.
Yep.
And then there's, Voice of Resurgence, who's still holding his value.
The only valuable card out of that whole set.
Well, you could get a Shockland, but they're not very valuable anymore either.
Nope. I did like the looks of the, if you haven't cast any other spells ever in this game, free almost Ancient Stirrings. But it's, creature or...
Yeah, no, I mean,
artifact?
that looks good, and it's kind of a throwback to like a ley line sort of thing.
Yeah. Which I kind of like that. That there's I feel like they're playing around in the set with a lot of... I mean, we get new mechanics every set. I don't want to say new mechanics, but like... There's the 4 mana red card that adds 7 red to your mana pool, but you can only cast one more spell that turn after you cast that card.
Well, there's got to be a 7 mana spell that needs a lot of red.
Yeah.
That kind of seems like a draft card. Like, I got this, and then I'm going to pick up this.
And I happen to draft the mythic red card that costs 7.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's going to be... I'm gonna buy some packs.
I'm excited. I will always buy some packs.
Well, I mean, I told you my idea for maybe an upcoming episode.
Yeah. No. Well, don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
We have an idea.
We actually have an idea for an episode.
It's
rare.
Have you noticed that we don't say the R at the end of the word idea?
Maybe the listeners aren't from Maine. Maybe they don't know about ideas.
Right.
Oh dear.
All right.
It's different. The idea is different from an oh dear. One of them has eyes, the other one doesn't.
My head hurts.
Oh, shall we take a break then?
I want to go home.
And welcome back to the second half of the Team Garbage Fire podcast. I'm still looking at a thrashing Wumpus. Who is slowly thrashing less as this episode progresses.
He's a tired thrashing Wumpus.
It's been a long week, and he is giving up his precious time to come here and talk to us.
Amen.
We usually do news at the top end. I mean, but this really isn't that exciting for news.
Nah, there's very little news.
Yeah, Yuya Watanabe said he was, when he gets back from being banned from playing Sanctioned Magic, which was, 3 years? That was the sentence. He's not going to come back.
Well, but doesn't he also, stream Hearthstone or something like that?
I don't know. I feel like that's where most Magic players go when they're not allowed to play Magic
anymore.
Yeah,
I think he's probably making more money doing that.
Yeah, he had to break his contract or get out of his contract with whatever gaming group he was in, but that was for playing Magic.
Yep.
And, I mean, if you're going to cheat...
Well, I mean, there's no room for cheating, I feel like, but the way that it's set up, I think that the top players feel like they need to cheat to stay on top.
Yep. Which is a little silly.
And as much as I love paper, and I will probably only ever play Magic on paper,
Arena takes out a lot of that cheating thing.
Yeah, digital in general takes out a lot of that cheating.
So
I mean, and not to give like a random shout out, but I play Warhammer Legions just to keep myself sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't hide cards, you can't mark cards. It is what it is.
And I mean, I don't know. I to me, there's still something about sitting down across from someone, looking them directly in the eye.
Exactly. Like I love that.
And if they're down with it at the end of the game, give them a handshake. Sign the match slip and be on your way. We're used to playing, not fully RE, rules enforcement level, but we try to keep it as close to that as we can. But we still, we wind up playing a lot of kitchen table Magic.
Oh yeah.
But with all the rules intact.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we're at. And I mean,
we have our stupid little house rules, like one, you roll a 12-sided dice, one's
12 and 12's a 1.
Yeah. I mean, just stupid stuff like that doesn't really interfere with the game, but it's house rules.
Yeah, just one of those little things, Critical fail becomes a absolute success. Hey, it's what happens when you get people who also enjoy D&D.
Right.
And play Magic in the same room.
Right.
And that's all of us.
Yeah.
That usually play together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I do.
I'm going to have to behave myself on Grace's first journey as a DM.
Yes, you are.
That's going to be hard.
I have told her that she has full permission to do whatever to your character. If you start acting out, a large rock falls from the sky.
Just mine in particular?
Oh, no, anyone.
Okay.
But specifically you. But anyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, because you're not the only jokester amongst us.
True.
So I said, if anyone's giving you a hard time with your D&D campaign, you are the dungeon master. You can make anything happen. And I mean anything.
True.
Yep.
True. Very true.
Your hair will be purple by the end of the first.
I'm sure it will. I'm still playing a bard.
I don't think there's a bard because we got the pre-built kit.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It was like $15, comes with a set of dice. I mean, this is kind of into the Magic world because it's put out by Hasbro. So is Magic.
Yeah,
Wizards.
WotC acquired Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, from TSR back before they were bought out. But I mean, yeah. So we'll have to look through. But we bought that little thing. Came with our dice. Came with like your first campaign ever. Here, this is how you get into being a DM.
Cool.
I mean, I'm trying to get her into Magic as well, but...
Yeah, she likes Magic, but we're talking about a 10-year-old girl right now.
Yeah. 10 and a half.
And we're widely off topic.
Well, I mean...
Do we have a topic?
We don't have a topic. Yeah. So... What are your, we'll jump topics yet again.
Okay.
Do you have, I know we kind of went over it briefly because we mostly wanted to scream and yell at the heavens that Faithless Looting got banned. I wanted to scream at the heavens. You just wanted to yell with joy.
Yeah, no, I did my little happy dance.
But I feel like we didn't really get to like do a good deep dive on like what we think. Do we think the format's slowing down? Do we think it's the time for us to like... Because you and I have, like, off the record talked about Obzon mid-range. And we love Siege Rhino. And
I don't understand why that's not more of a card.
But is it the time for it now?
I would say yes. I would say maybe like a Siege Rhino Hardened Scales deck.
Yep.
Might be very viable in this meta.
Yeah, I'd be happy to see that. I just remember one of my first modern decks. It was just my weird little homebrew. I just seemed to open up like for like 2 months. I seemed to open up like really good Obzon cards no matter what I opened for packs. And it's just like, well, I guess I'm gonna put Obzon together. Slapped it together and I had fun with it, and it was.
I mean, Anafenza
is
a great card. I wish she wasn't legendary.
But you also slot in, of course, your lilies, your tarms. You know, pretty much take the red out of Jund.
If I've said it once, I will say it 1,000,000 times.
Yes.
Unbanned Deathrite Shaman.
I know. That would be the perfect. But it's as they say, the one mana planeswalker. It's
your lilies, your tarms, your scoozes.
Scooz, definitely. I feel like that card is underrated so much as far as Modern goes. It gets played, but I don't think it gets spoken about in the way that.
Well, it's never really been a key card in taking down a tournament, like a large tournament. But it has taken down more.
But isn't it in Jund as well?
Oh yeah, no, it's in Jund. But people want to talk about Bloodbraid.
Bloodbraid Elf.
Yeah,
that one.
Bloodbraid.
Yeah, Cascade dude.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily dude. Cascade person.
Pretty sure it's a chick.
I think so. It's been a while since I've.
It might be a they.
Could be a they.
Dude, I was at a company meeting today, or yesterday, and it was like you had to like tell people what your pronouns were, and I'm not against that at all. And it was just a first for me. And I was like,
No, I've seen.
No, but I pissed everyone off. I was like, my name's Heath Gerald, Apache helicopter.
Only you would do that.
And they all kind of looked at me, and I was like, and I looked at the person next to me, just
to see if you were still in the same reality as everyone else.
In like your turn.
We joke about that, but I mean it is serious. I do like. I mean, even at one of the grocery stores I go to, there are a few of the cashiers that will have a pin that has their preferred pronoun on it. And I love to see that. I love to see that.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, but I don't know. I like to make jokes out of everything.
Everything. We were in a band together, and we almost got kicked off a stage because of your jokes.
Yep.
Oh, man. What am I going to do with you? I keep you around for some reason. And that's because I love you.
It's because I'm pretty. Don't fuck up the hair.
You think I'm going to do that?
You got to leave it for Miss Emily. All right. Carrying on.
So, do you think we're in the time of mid-range decks now that we don't have Faithless Looting? Just like graveyard decks are not as much of a thing, so it's slowing down a little bit.
I mean, they're gonna still be your fast decks.
I mean, Burn's putting up good results right now.
Burn's putting up good results. I think that maybe we will see a resurgence in Boggles, finger crossed.
Yep.
But I honestly think that it might be the heyday for Control.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at that and the Wurza decks because Wurza's coming out strong, and I mean it's
well, and a lot of those like, what do they call them? Sword decks? Was it
like the old Cobblade decks?
Like quasi Cobblade.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna see a bit of TLC.
Yeah, the Stoneforge decks and really getting the equipment. And that's, I hate to say it, but that's kind of the beautiful thing with those decks is if you know the meta right now is gonna be Burn and I don't know, let's just say Burn and Wurza, and you put in the swords that have protection from those colors, you can sideboard the rest of them in, so that way when you play Jund, you can just go, okay, round 2, get these swords in, and I'm good to go.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting to see where the shift winds up landing. But I mean, like I said, I feel like Burn has been putting up pretty good results still. Which
Burn always puts up decent results. Burn will always put up decent results. That's why Burn is been an archetype since Alpha.
Yeah, I mean, I had a deck that was playing stuff all the way back, essentially revised. and on that was just a burn deck that was, red, how much damage can I do?
Yeah, I mean,
That's before we
burn.
started playing Modern.
But the thing about burn is you can beat burn.
Yeah. Because it doesn't
But
have...
usually burn beats you.
Well, burn doesn't have card advantage, which is what it needs.
Yeah.
It
I
needs
mean,
the card
if there was a,
I don't know, maybe draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards for a single red mana.
Fuck off. I'm so glad that card is gone. But that's not card advantage, because you're spending a card.
Yeah, you're technically down a card.
You're technically down a card. It's filtering.
Yeah. I do like the addition of Light Up the Stage, which we need to mess around with that build. Just because it does get you 2 extra cards.
Skewer the Critics. I mean, they've printed some good burn cards in the past few years.
Yep.
They just keep giving that deck tools because it's not broken, and it'll always be tier 1.5, tier 2.
So I got listening to, because you know me, I always talk about how, I heard on Rosewater's Drive to Work, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he was going over the cards from War of the Spark.
Yeah.
And there's one card that it's too slow for Modern, but I think it might be a one-of in the sideboard, maybe. The Wanderer.
You gotta refresh my memory.
It's an uncommon planeswalker, but its static ability is prevent all non-combat damage to you. So when you get stuck in either the mirror match and you've both got Eidolons down, you can play a Wanderer and then just start playing through because that's non-combat damage. It's getting prevented by the Wanderer.
Yep.
And so if you do wind up in a stall, it was just something that I thought about, but I think it costs like 5. So it'd be one of those if you know the game's going to go long.
Yeah.
That way you can, because most Modern cards are going to get hit with Eidolon. So even if you have to go shields up and just put down an Eidolon or 2, and that way they're taking the damage off of, the other person trying to play the game. That way,
Eidolon affects everybody.
Yes. So you let your opponent still cast their spells. They're taking, 2 from Eidolon?
2 from Eidolon.
So they're taking 2 from Eidolon. If you have the Wanderer out, it's non-combat damage, so it's prevented.
And they're still taking the damage.
They're still taking the damage off of everything. Was it 2 and less or 3 and less?
Nah, I think it's 2 or less.
So anything 2 or less, any of their spells are going to play. They're still taking the 2 damage on, and you've got the Wanderer up to essentially prevent that. So you can still continue with your game plan through the Eidolon. Like I said, a one of it. I think it costs 5. It's like 4 and a white. But it's just a half a thought.
Yeah, no, that's not bad.
Because I get thinking about how sometimes because we both pilot burn,
right?
When you're sitting in that situation and you're like, I could close out this game if I could cast these 2 spells, but I'm at 3 life. Something like that. A different way to essentially attack it. Again, I could be way off and the card could be utter garbage, but it was just one of those. He read the card out loud and I go, oh, Eidolon. It just happened to be where my brain was at that moment.
Well, I mean, it couldn't hurt to try it.
True. Do you know what time it is?
Flavor of the week.
I do believe it is Flavor of the Week time. Whoops. Wrong Magic app.
No Conspiracy Corner this week, folks. Sorry to disappoint. Not enough news.
Okay. No, that one doesn't have any flavor text on it. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's going to be a little... Oh, that one's going to be too much of a giveaway. I'll give it to you, though. It's been a rough week. I'll...
Been a long day.
Are you ready?
City. Yeah. Innistrad.
Exactly. The Golgari raise the bodies of their dead to serve. We raise the spirits of our dead to lead.
That is going to be a black-green card from RTR block.
It is Revenant Patriarch from Guild Pact. It is a black card.
That was close-ish.
But hey, I mean, like I said, the Golgari. I saw the Golgari thing, and I was like, okay, that'll give it away. As to like, it narrows it down to 9 sets.
9.
Hey.
Oh, this one's gonna be fun.
Okay, I'm ready.
To make peace with the forest, make peace with me.
That's a quote isn't attributed to anyone.
It is. I have to read that. It's Multana.
Multana.
To Urza.
Multana to Urza. So, wow, this is going to be great. I'm guessing it's going to be a green card. If I had to make a wild guess on set, Plane Chase?
You're right on one account.
It's a green card.
Yes.
What was it?
Urza's Legacy.
Oh, okay.
Multana, Marrow Sorcerer, 4 green, Summon Legend.
Oh my word! I was trying to think of what set that was from. Because I know the card. I just of course didn't know the flavor text, and I'm like, what set is that friggin' from?
I never know the flavor text. That's
Me
why
either.
this game is so much fun. Let's do it one more time.
One more time, okay.
One more time.
You're getting double flavor text things.
Flavor of the week.
That's okay. Third card. Oh, here we go. Death inevitably seduces all who study it. Set is gonna be hard to get.
Is it gonna be? Well, I know it's a black card.
Ding 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 ding.
And I'm gonna go block on
Okay.
this one. OG Innistrad.
Nope.
Fuck.
Was that Rise or World? Oh yeah.
That
it
tells
goes.
you up there.
Rise of the Eldrazi. It was Death Cultist. 1 to black, sacrifice Death Cultist. Target player loses 1 life. You gain 1 life.
All right.
Okay.
Last go around.
Okay. Let me center myself.
No flavor text on that one. Here we go. Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. The youth of Rashada's marketplace are always ready for a quick foot race.
Mercadian Masks White.
You got the set right. You got the color wrong.
Oh, what was it?
Blue, Hoodwink. 1 in the blue. Return target artifact, enchantment, or land to its owner's hand.
I got the hard part right. I'll take that.
Yeah, no, I was pretty impressed by that. You just rattled that off.
Well, because Rashad Port.
Yeah.
Knowing a little bit of other cards from history. You know.
All right, well, we've been Team Garbage Fire. Thank you for joining us for our general ramblings, all 5 of you, and the people at Freedom General.
That's right, Thrashing Wumpus. We are glad to be here this evening, but we must bid you adieu. It's been a long week. It'll be an even longer next weekend.